Is the original LEGO Jedi Starfighter still the best? Let's find out. Hello everybody, the Brickologist here with another throwback LEGO Star Wars set review. Today we have an absolute classic, set number 7143, Jedi Starfighter from spring 2002. This set used to retail for about $20 in the United States, adjusted for inflation that's more like $35 here in 2023. It contained 138 pieces, and unfortunately I no longer have the box, but here is a quick look at what it would look like. However, I do have the instruction manual that has 27 pages of building, and the back here is just a smorgasbord of LEGO Star Wars nostalgia. Look at these original Attack of the Clones sets. They are so beautiful, highlighted by, of course, the Jedi Starfighter and Jango Fett Slave One. LEGO, please remake that Slave One. Also, the Jedi Duels and Final Duel sets from 02 as well were pretty sick. So yeah, this is an amazing year for LEGO Star Wars. 138 pieces later, you have yourself a completed model, and like modern LEGO Star Wars sets, the only build here is the singular vehicle. Unlike modern LEGO Star Wars sets, however, there's only one minifigure included. Let's look at him first and then transition to the build. The set's only minifigure is, of course, Obi-Wan Kenobi, who is exclusive to this set because of his headset print, which I really do like. I also love this classic LEGO mid-length hairpiece. I think that is absolutely fantastic. Otherwise, his details are very plain. The torso print, not much to talk about here, although I do love the chrome lightsaber hilt. He also includes a pair of binoculars. Here before you is the first ever LEGO rendition of the Obi-Wan's Delta 7 Aether Sprite class Light Interceptor, which is quite the mouthful, and I think Jedi Starfighter is a much better way to describe this set. This is one of 3 minifigure scale versions of this vehicle LEGO has ever made, and oddly enough, it took them 15 years to remake this vehicle for the first time in 2017 when it came with the hyperdrive ring, and we also got a version last year celebrating the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones, which I'll compare to later on in this video. Beginning towards the nose of the ship here, I do think there could have been a slightly better angle here, but for the most part it looks solid. However, from the side you can see it is awfully flat. That is definitely not the best design on this vehicle. However, you do get these printed pieces in the middle of this build, and they look absolutely fabulous. I love the graphic design here. It is spectacular, and every single detail you see in this set is a print, something that obviously older LEGO sets do a lot better than modern ones. However, something that has clearly been improved on later LEGO Jedi Starfighters is the placement of the astromech droid head. I think the printing for R4's head here looks fine for 2002. However, there is no turntable piece, so it can't spin around, and the torso, body, the legs, all that jazz, not included at all. So R4 is just a head, not an actual minifigure. Big missed opportunity. The rest of the wing designs though actually look pretty good, and the gappage is very minimal, especially for a set that's over 2 decades old. On the other side you have the Printed Republic logo, and you also have some adjustable flaps towards the back of the wings. It all works out very nicely. Before we move on to the cockpit, you do have the fin back here, which is another fantastic printed part on 2 sides. I really do love that, and all the shaping back here I think looks pretty seamless, especially for a set this old. Moving up towards the cockpit, you can see more printed pieces on the side that look absolutely brilliant, and the cockpit piece here was brand new in 2002, and I think my hottest take here, besides the color, it should be more clear than transparent brown, is that this cockpit piece looks better than the more bulbous one they use on modern LEGO Jedi Starfighters. I love this part. I don't love the slight gap here that makes this vehicle not as airtight, but it does make it pretty easy to remove this cockpit, and there's plenty of room to put your Obi-Wan minifigure inside, and he does have a nice printed control panel. Additionally, behind him is a spot to put both his lightsaber and the lightsaber hilt. It's a little bit awkward, but it works out okay, and I guess you can kind of just leave the binoculars in his lap to fit all the accessories inside the vehicle. you know what? They tried, and I think it works out decently well. Finally, from behind, you can see some engine detail that actually looks pretty nice. Unfortunately, this leads into my single biggest issue with this design. Oddly enough, the engines are also attached to the landing gear, so when you put this thing in its landed mode, it just doesn't look right. Additionally, these pieces are over 20 years old, so quite often when I'm trying to display it in its landed mode, they give in and this thing just collapses. That is definitely the worst part about this otherwise really solid build. So is this the best version of this vehicle in LEGO form? Well, there is an Ultimate Collector Series rendition from 2010 that is definitely the best version, but in terms of minifigure scale, this one remains my favorite. Now obviously the new version from 2022 improves on a lot of aspects of the design, but I don't think it captures the vehicle quite as well. Its proportions are a little bit off, it's way too fat in the middle. I think this older version actually looks better, especially for its respective time period. Additionally, the old version somehow has way less gaps than the new version, which is wild to me, and it's noticeably bigger and doesn't have stickers, while the new version is littered with them. I honestly believe this set from 2002 is a better LEGO product than the one from 2022. This is about as clean as it gets for a LEGO Star Wars build from this time period, and it's also a solid value for the money. $20 in 02 was a perfect price. I think $35 adjusted for inflation makes sense compared to modern day products. And also, if you want to get this set, you're not gonna have to pay that much if you're okay with it being used. It's about $40 used, which is hardly over the adjusted for inflation retail. Now, of course, if you want it new, it's gonna be about 6 times the original retail price, around $120 to $130, so that's a pretty hefty price. But if you're okay with the used LEGO set market, definitely pick this one up. It's a pretty solid deal. If R4 actually had a body and those landing gear were improved, we could be looking at a 10 out of 10 set. However, those problems still exist, which is why this set's gonna get a 9 out of 10 from me. Still an absolutely incredible rating. Those are just my thoughts though. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. Also, while you're at it, please like the video, subscribe to this channel, click that bell for notifications on new videos. Thank you so much for watching today's LEGO set review. I hope to see you guys next time. Peace out. God bless. Bye-bye.